I'm John, your YouTube English teacher. In this lesson, we're going to study 10 phrasal verbs for life. More phrasal verbs are in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more phrasal verb help. Number 1. Name after. Do you have a middle name? Yeah, it's Elizabeth. Beautiful name. Why did your parents choose that name? They named me after my grandmother. I was named after my grandmother. To give a child the same name as another person. His son was named after his favorite author. She was named after her aunt, who was a famous artist. Many children in our family are named after grandparents. Number 2. Take after. You have your father's eyes. Yeah, everyone says I look like him. It's not just the eyes. Even your personalities are similar. I guess I take after him in more ways than one. Children often take after their parents. To be similar to a family member in appearance or behavior. He takes after his mother. They both love classical music. She takes after her side of the family with her artistic skills. The twins take after their dad. Their mannerisms are the same. Number 3. Bring up. Were you always so independent? Yeah, my parents raised me that way. That's a great quality to have. I agree. They brought me up the right way. My parents brought me up the right way. To raise a child. They were brought up in a very supportive environment. He was brought up to respect all cultures and backgrounds. Her grandmother brought her up with traditional values. Number 4. Grow up. This neighborhood has changed a lot since I was a child. I didn't realize you lived here when you were younger. Oh yeah, I grew up here. This is a great place for families. Where you grow up can have a big impact on your personality. To become an adult. She grew up in a small town, but moved to the city for college. They grew up traveling around the world due to their parents' jobs. I grew up in this city, but now I live in a small town. Number 5. Go through. I was always depressed as a teenager. Well, I think everyone feels that way from time to time. I agree. I went through a lot of changes at that time in my life. The teenage years are a unique experience for everyone. Everyone goes through the problems of adolescence. To experience a specific period, often with difficulties. She went through a rebellious phase during her high school years. The company is going through a major transition right now. Going through college was a challenging experience. Number 6, end up. So tell me, were you expecting to be a businesswoman? Honestly, no. I started in a completely different field. Life is completely unpredictable, isn't it? Absolutely. You never know where you'll end up. You never know where you'll end up in life. To be in a final situation. He ended up living abroad after falling in love while traveling. They never planned to end up in the suburbs because they were from the city. She ended up changing her major 3 times in college. Number 7, settle down. Do you ever think about starting a family? You mean like getting married and having kids? Yeah, that sort of thing. I do. Maybe in a few years, I'll be ready to settle down. It's good to settle down and start a family at some point. To begin a stable lifestyle, often involving work and family. After years of traveling, they decided to settle down in a small coastal town. Many of her friends are starting to settle down and have children. He wasn't sure if he was ready to settle down and buy a house. Number 8, hand down. That's an incredible watch. Is it new? No, my father gave it to me. Was it his originally? No, it's from my grandfather. He handed it down to my father. His father handed it down to him, and now he gave it to me. To give something valuable to a younger person in the family. The recipes in our family have been handed down for generations. My mother handed her jewelry down to me. The watch was handed down to him on his 18th birthday. Number 9, live up to. My dad wants me to become a doctor like him. Do you ever feel pressure to do it? Sometimes, but I want to live my own life. He wants you to live up to his expectations for you. I'm sure it's not easy. I feel pressure to live up to his high expectations for me, to achieve what is expected, especially high standards. She's always trying to live up to her older sister's academic achievements. The new CEO has a lot to live up to. He wants to live up to his potential and make a difference in the world. Number 10. Look back on. When you remember your childhood, what stands out? The endless summer days playing outside with my friends. They were incredibly fun. They sound like good times. They were. Looking back on it, I realized that I miss them so much. Looking back on the past can bring feelings of nostalgia. To think about something that happened in the past. Looking back on old memories made her feel sad. He looks back on his college years as a time of growth and exploration. As they look back on their journey, they feel a sense of accomplishment. Quiz time! Pause the video for each question. Find the correct verb to describe the situation. Thanks for watching, and thank you, channel supporters. If you have a question, leave it in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next lesson.